Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy. What up, Fourth and Trollers? Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy. It's mock draft season. It is upon us. We are probably officially in the place to be able to say that next month we are drafting our fantasy teams. It's been a long time coming, and we're here. My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And I'm just going to jump straight into it. You know the drill. Follow us on our socials. Join our Discord, all this stuff. We got a mock draft today, mock draft 1.0 for Fourth and Troll Fantasy that we're going to get straight into. We're going to have a good time here. This is the deets. You can see the draft board. It's there. 10 team. We got a quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, and 2 flex, 4 bench spots, 12 rounds. I'm picking from the 4 spot. We couldn't elude each other on the randomizer, Wes, no matter how hard we tried. So you're picking from the 6. And we are going to get straight into it here. I'm just going to start us up. Here we go.
Wonderful.
We're going to start out here. I'm picking from the 4. Still don't really know what strategy I'm going to even try here. And I see 2 running backs and a wide receiver go before me. And so I'm probably kicking out to wide receiver here with those 2 backs gone. And I got a guy that I really believe in this year. I believe him for a bounce back, and I'm just going to take him right here. CeeDee Lamb at the 104 right there, ahead of Jefferson. And you are on the clock at the 106, Wes.
Yeah, it's funny you say bounce back because he was still top 10. He just wasn't
wide
receiver 1.
Yeah. It just
but no, he's still fantastic. I don't expect Jahmyr Gibbs to get even to the 6th overall pick, so I'm a little surprised because I love Jahmyr Gibbs for this season, and I think I want to go running back first round no matter who's available if I can afford it. So I'm going to go here with Gibbs.
Mary Chrysler, dude. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. Detroit. Oh, that's Ford. Wait, no, I don't know. I was trying to tie in the city there. Who knows? You're back on the clock.
Yeah, that is Ford.
Bit of a turn, handful of the first and second round wide receivers here. Wes, do you have any idea who you're taking with the guys that are off the board here?
So there are only a few players that I actually trust in this second round to be top 10. I'm still not excited for a tight end in the second round. I know Brock Bowers could be there. Trey McBride, I'm really excited about. He wants to have, quote, a Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes connection. I'm just not ready to take a tight end in the second round. There's only one player that I expect to be available, and that's Josh Allen. And I would really like to take a quarterback in the second round. I don't usually do that.
Wow.
But Brian Thomas Jr. is here in the first round, and how am I going to pass on him? I feel like a guaranteed top 5, so I'm going to take Brian Thomas. But I expect to take a quarterback in the second round when we get to an actual draft.
All right, that's fair. I do like the Brian Thomas pick. Stick around here and subscribe. Make sure you ring those notification bells because we got something exciting with Brian Thomas coming up. A little bit of a giveaway, so maybe stick around here for that. I'm here. Devon Achane went between the 2 of us as he does. It's a metaphor, really.
Did last
as he does
year.
In life too. Yeah, he breaks us apart because we're so devastated about the losses. But listen, I'm here and there's a guy that I have just really, really, really. I'm going to call it now. I mean, you'll see it later in a video down the road, but I'm telling you now, my guy for 2025 is Ladd McConkey. I cannot stop drafting Ladd McConkey. It is just too. I believe the fear is that can you trust a slot wide receiver? Can you trust him to be a top performer in that kind of way for your fantasy team? There have been comparisons made. I believe Ladd McConkey is far closer to a Amon-Ra St. Brown than he is to an Xavier Worthy slot wide receiver guy who's running under the middle, that kind of thing. I believe that he is ready to take an even bigger leap than his rookie year. So I'm back on the clock here. A couple quarterbacks gone, a couple more running backs, and a tight end, Trey McBride, off of the board for me. And I see a couple running backs that I really like, but there's another guy here that I think is a top 12 wide receiver, and he's still on the board. And I'm going to grab him, And I'm going to take T. Higgins as my third wide receiver in this draft. I'm loving the start here for myself. 0 running back. Here we go. Here's the strategy. 0 RB. This is how your draft is going to look.
Makes sense. Yeah, and when Higgins is healthy, he is like top 12 in points per game, and he was that way last year.
I'm counting on that the fine print in the new contract that incentivizes him to remain healthy. So we're gonna fingers crossed on that one.
Don't be Albert Hainsworth. Stay healthy. Get less fantasy
come on
points.
Now.
All right. So I am ready to get another running back. I don't love, as we talked about in a previous video, JSN as some people's wide receiver 1 if you go running back heavy. Garrett Wilson, I don't trust with Justin Fields. Connection seems really good in training camp. I'm going to go get another running back, and we've talked about Breece Hall being undervalued, and I'm going to go snag as an RB2 with some top 10 upside. I like it. I'll go with the Jets running back for a little pressure under Aaron Glenn.
Yeah,
see, hopefully he can get back to where he was.
When you said you were going running back, Wes, I thought you might. I felt strongly that I was pretty certain you were going to go Chase Brown, and so I'm interested I'm interested to see how the team pans out. I personally have Chase Brown ahead of Breece Hall in my rankings, but they just didn't do anything. That's the thing. They didn't. The Bengals were like, yeah, we'll draft a guy in the 6th round. Zach Moss, you can come back. Here's the corpse of Samaje Perine. All right, well, here you go. Chase Brown's going to get 1,000 targets.
I like Chase Brown a lot too. I do think he has top 10 upside as well. I trust. I don't know. I just feel like that there's going to be so much more involved in the passing game with the Bengals. It's close. I could go either way. I know what I have for sure with Breece Hall for his 3 seasons as opposed to Chase Brown's like 1 year as a starter.
Sure, so more experience.
I'm gonna go get who I genuinely right now think has top 5 upside. That's here in this 4th round. And I know Marvin Harrison Jr. is right there, and I would really like to take him. But for the point of this, I want to go ahead and start talking about a little bit of someone that might be my guy. And I'm loving Los Angeles Rams' new wide receiver, Devontae Adams, as a wide receiver too. Dude, I know Rashee Rice is there.
You don't have to convince me. This is, I'm with you. Adams is going to be dude. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I say all that not to say, well, Puka went to 107 in our draft here. Well, that's crazy. You shouldn't do that because they're both going to eat, but Devontae Adams is going to have a good time.
They could both be top 10, genuinely.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch in LA. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Mike Evans goes, I'm back on the clock. And
you get running back, or are you going to go wide receiver again?
My tight end 1 is right here. And I'm taking George Kittle. I am. I believe that George Kittle, I think there's conversation. Is it Jawan Jennings? Is it Ricky Pearsall? When is Ayuk going to be back? Who is going to be? Is it Demarcus Robinson going to play a bigger role? I don't care. I know Kittle is going to absolutely have the eye of Brock Purdy, is going to feast with him, and I believe I just capped off the actual only meaningful tight ends in fantasy football right here. Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, and George Kittle. I do not believe there's another tight end after these guys that I wouldn't just – I don't feel confident. And then at this point now, if I didn't have George Kittle, he wasn't on the board, I'm streaming tight end the whole season. Like I just don't. I'm waiting until my last pick. I'm taking
I'll get
a high
the
upside rookie. But it's George Kittle.
Kittle's always been good with Purdy. I mean, the touchdown connection's been legit. So
absolutely,
still without a running back in the 5th round. Are you going to go get your boy out of UNC?
Still without a running back, and I am not. I'm going to go. What? I'm going to go full 0 running back here for the people, for the folks.
Sure.
Because there's a guy on here that I believe when I add him to my team, I'm going to have legitimately the best opportunity to have 4 top 15 wide receivers in my lineup at any given moment, and it's DK Metcalf. I believe.
Go on. I'm psyched about it. Yes.
I'm all in. I'm all in on DK this year. I took a little break. He's back, and okay, I'm not worried about Jonnu Smith. Like I'm not worried that the targets are going to get heavily taken off of DK over to Jonnu. You're looking at Aaron Rodgers, wide receiver 1, and even with the decline of Aaron Rodgers, is what we can call it, he's still producing elite fantasy wide receivers. And so DK Metcalf in the 5th round, I believe I added him to my team, and now I have as sure a chance as anyone to have 4 top 15 wide receivers on my team right now.
I mean, I'm 100% with you. I'm a little surprised that we think the same about DK Metcalf, because my last draft pick, Devontae Adams, think of what he has done over the years with Green Bay. Think of Jordy Nelson. I mean, think of like Greg Jennings. You think about like even Garrett Wilson for the first half of last year. When Rodgers has a number 1, say what you want, he has sensitive trust with the wide receivers. There's absolutely not a soul on that Steelers team worth throwing to. DK Metcalf has possibly top 10 upside. I think it's a fantastic value.
100%.
I was going to talk about him for this, but still I was going to go get a running back. I really did not think Amari and Hampton was going to fall to me. Not really fall, but I didn't think he was going to be available. I don't think in a real draft he would still be there. I don't know if someone would take him. I don't know if they would take James Cook or maybe Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon, Kenneth Walker over Amari and Hampton. I don't know. So I'll just take advantage of where he is here. But I'm gonna go get for my next pick. I already know my next draft pick here in the 6th round. As we watch some of these wide receivers start getting taken, I think Devontae Smith is going to be really good too. I'd probably reach a round early on this guy I'm about to take, and it's the Broncos running back RJ Harvey. I am reading so much tantalizing PPR upside. He and Sean Payton, the reports out of training camp are that they've sat down and literally watched Alvin Kamara tape together. I am stoked about it. So I may have to reach a round early to get him. I probably will. But this 6th round, look at these players. I mean, we are there's some good value here in the 6th round.
Did you say you're going to give him a reach around? Is that what you just said?
I'm not even going to explain myself. That's for you to figure out. You can replay it.
Fair enough. Listen, okay, the time has come. I believe I have filled out. I'm not going to start stacking up bench players before I grab some running backs here. And there's a guy on the board that I believe is going to be outside of Ashton Genty, who is going rightfully in the back of the 1st round, is going to be the best rookie running back this season, and I believe has a chance to be a top 10 running back. And so I am going to grab my man out of Ohio State. Which one is it? It's Quinshon Judkins. That's right. I am trusting in the Cleveland Browns offense enough to make him my running back 1 for my team. And that's what you're looking at with 0 running back teams right there, people. That's what you're going with. Is this fake confidence? You may never know. Who knows?
I think this is fantastic. Quinshon is going to be amazing.
Here's the secret reveal. It's not fake confidence. I actually truly believe that Quinshon Judkins has a top 10 running back season in him from the jump, from his rookie year. There's going to be so little competition, and you just look at how they pounded the rock with Nick Chubb all the time. And I get it. The offense isn't going to be as good. The offensive line isn't going to be as good, but I truly have I have 0 hesitation if you wanted to do it this way. If you wanted to go 0 running back and make Quinshon Judkins your top guy, because I think from week 1 he is going to be the dude and just eat, for lack of a better term.
I'm 1,000% with you. I mean, right now the way I've been doing mock drafts is RJ Harvey for me is my 5th round pick, and then Quinshon is my 6th round pick. Like I'm doing a round early for each of these rookie running backs.
Yeah.
Because I'm so with you right now, just playing around. I've got Quinshon just as my RB6. I don't know if that's where he's going to land for me, but like on the season,
wow,
like absolutely,
that's a big.
him.
Whoa.
We'll get to final rankings, but I think him and Jerome Ford are going to be great. Who's going to throw? It doesn't matter. Yeah, good Judkins is going to be awesome. So great pick.
Love Judkins. I'm going to do what you just said, Wes, and I'm going to jump around early as well for my RB2 here. And it's fellow rookie running back Caleb Johnson. I fully believe in these late round rookie running backs to step in and be guys for my team. Absolutely.
I've been really loading up on running backs. And
you have.
And I'm fine with that. I like a lot of people last season got burned by injuries bad, and it was tough. And so I want extra insurance, and I'm going to go and get right now the starting running back of another New York team. I'm going to go and get Tyrone Tracy Jr. I like his upside.
Okay.
I still like him as my RB5 on my own team. That's fantastic. If he's still the guy, and he is like what he did in in that back half of the season, and him and Scadaboo are a great tandem, this is a fantastic value. I still think there is top 15, top 12, or even better upside for Tyrone Tracy Jr., but I don't have to worry about it because I already have, he's my 5th running back. So I am so set for the fantasy value for running backs. And now I just got to figure out which wide receiver I want to be in wide receiver 3. A lot of people are interested in Jalen Waddle because of the Jonnu Smith trade, because of the Tyreek Hill controversy. I don't know. I don't really trust the Dolphins. Jalen had 2 good seasons, and since then just not been the same. Ridley, maybe. Rookie quarterback, I'm not so sure. So I'm gonna have to really figure out what to do in this 8th round. I'm not loving.
We both know what you're doing at wide receiver here, Wes.
Are you sure?
I'm
not sure.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I think so, but
I'm gonna play a little safe. I mean, I know it's the 8th round, but like, I don't trust the Bills. If you're thinking about Khalil Shakir, I'm not
that
sure.
Was what I was.
I was thinking about it. I'm going to go with Jerry Jeudy. He had a really good season last year. He is the wide receiver 1 without question. And whoever the quarterback is, they're going to have to throw to him. So I'll take that upside. I like his floor better than Shakir's.
Stepped onto the scene, was really good. I'm going to take a running back for a good offense that I believe has touchdown upside as my RB3 here. Just some good consistency. And I'm going to take Brian Robinson. I think the Washington offense is really good. And with these later round guys, what I've started to try and do is, if I'm split on, DeAndre Swift is interesting because I do believe that I actually do really believe he actually is going to be their lead running back, top running back for the whole season. I don't think there's actually going to be much switch up there. I think Ben Johnson is going to find a way to do it, just with a lot of the conversation and commentary we've gotten from the GM, from Ben Johnson, from that organization. It's a lot of praise for Swift this offseason. And so I believe he is actually just going to be the guy. But I believe the Washington offense is going to be a lot better of an offense than the Chicago Bears offense will. And so scoring opportunity, I'm going to leave Brian Robinson there and go with him. And then I'm going to grab another running back here. Wouldn't have been caught dead doing this last year. But Wes, can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I'm just listening. I'm enjoying your commentary.
I just had for some reason the draft room just closed for me, but it opened right back up. So
weird.
Apologies about that, guys. Well, that's what it was. They were appalled that I was going to take this running back, but I'm going to take Travis Etienne. I am. I think it's going to be it's going to be a situation where somebody's got to leave the running back room. And even in a Liam Cohen offense, he produced 2 top 24 running backs last year. And I just don't think Travis Etienne is going to disappear. And so maybe for some of these rookies that, if Caleb Johnson maybe is in a timeshare and gets the job the second half of the year, I trust that Etienne is going to come out and at least for the first half of the year, have the job. So maybe those guys overlap there, but I'm really happy about that. Going 0 RB, I think is the move at least what I'm looking at my draft right now, but it's looking kind of nice.
It's a good comparison too, because I went running back heavy and you waited a long time to get yours. So this is a nice opportunity for people to kind of see how these teams can turn out if you choose one strategy or the other. Obviously, mix is the most likely scenario, but
right.
I'm going to take the one guy I really do think has really good upside that I'm willing to take a shot on as my likely starting tight end just because of how he has performed. Not yet in the NFL, but I'm going to go and reach for rookie tight end Tyler Warren. I
Yeah,
believe
nice. I
in
really
this
like
guy.
that. I really like that. I was talking about how I think I bookended the relevant fantasy running backs or fantasy tight ends with George Kittle there in the 4th round. But if I was in this situation, I'm waiting, or I'm just punting on tight end and just going to grab whoever at a certain point. I like Tyler Warren a lot. I think that's great.
Yeah, and there's some really good starting tight ends that are like way later too. So I have no problem reaching and taking the shot on. If you don't know Tyler Warren's skill set from Penn State, just go watch some basic highlights. He's done everything. He is the Taysom Hill of the Colts team, but like really actually a tight end. So I'm taking Tyler Warren. I'm really excited to get a quarterback in this next pick. So I just wanted to. I'm all right to take Bo Nix, and I'm all right to take Kyler Murray. Let's start talking about Kyler Murray. Let's start talking about Kyler Murray as a top 10 tight end again.
A top 10 tight end? Dude, he's so short. He can't play tight end.
Dude, he's
Dude, I want to see Kyler Murray lined up at tight end now. That's what I want to see. Yeah,
just get able to see him at all.
Just gets jacked by Myles Garrett every single play. Yeah, he's just done.
The people aren't remembering that Kyler Murray was top 10 quarterback from last season. And with everything that he just came off of with an ACL tear and still was top 10, people are really focused on the disappointment from Marvin Harrison's fantasy season. But let's go with Kyler Murray as my starting quarterback. I'm happy to go get another one later on. I know there's one you and I love that's coming up pretty soon, but Kyler Murray is absolutely worth being your starting quarterback. And you have league winning upside with a rushing quarterback, no question.
100%. Definitely. I believe this next guy might be the sleeper of the draft. Might be. But I'm shooting for upside here in the 10th round. I'm not trying to play it safe anymore. It's just that kind of like, well, we're here. We're not looking at any starters on the team. Let's shoot for guys on the upside to be on the bench here. I'm going to take Josh Downs. I really, really think the target consolidation comes down between Tyler Warren and Josh Downs this season. I believe he's the best wide receiver on the team. And I think that someone is going to get passes thrown to them by someone, which is not the greatest thing you can root for in fantasy, but it's a 10th round, so you do your thing. Josh Downs is awesome. He has huge flashes, and Steichen loves him. I really love the opportunity here for him, and I'm really comfortable taking my quarterback here. I think I could possibly, you could even wait more if you wanted to, but because we're just doing a 12-round mock, I'm just going to emphasize here how happy I am to be taking Dak Prescott as my quarterback. And he is absolutely going to be, sorry for everyone looking at the draft board, I right-clicked it on accident. Okay. Dak Prescott, I'm really thrilled for him to be my QB1. I think he is fantastic. I already leaked one, my guy. I don't want to do another one, but I might have just done it. So I don't know. He's going to be fantastic. And every healthy year of his career, except for one, he's been a top 10 quarterback, and he's been his most recent he was a top 3 quarterback, and he's just, everything's looking up for Dak. I'll leave it at that. I'm really excited about Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I think he is very likely top 10 just because that's how he is. And you add George Pickens to the mix. It's a lot of upside. No one's going to play running back for that team anyway, so you just have to throw it, and they're going to be great. The Team 5 just took a guy that I really like taking around this spot. It's Emeka Egbuka. I really like what I'm hearing out of training camp. They are wowed by him already. And with the age of Mike Evans, and they're wowed. It's crazy. And the ankle dislocated recovery from Chris Godwin, there's a shot Emeka Egbuka actually gets involved a lot earlier than it could have been given the situation. So I like taking Egbuka here. I don't get to because Team 5 did that. So I would still like to have, a 4th wide receiver on my team.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I actually would be interested in going with Colston Loveland. I don't want to do back-to-back tight ends that close together. People I think have the same upside later on. But I'm going to go with another wide receiver I think is getting a lot of a rookie wide receiver with a lot of interesting hype out of Houston, and that's Jaden Higgins. He is really, really good. And second round, NFL second round for the Texans.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tank Dell. Sorry, everyone else on that roster outside of Nico Collins, who's not even healthy all the time. So Higgins.
He's getting a lot of love and a lot of excitement, and I think it's a great late round target for sure.
Last round here for our mock draft, and I really want to try to stretch the board a lot here and really look at some players that we would not actually be drafting at this point.
You wouldn't usually be drafting these guys in the 12th round. However, they are people that we want to point out to you as late round targets, as last round targets, even that kind of thing. So gonna scroll here a little bit, take a look at some things.
Yeah, and there's a tight end here who is, I mean, I do want to have two tight ends. I don't usually do that, but I'm gonna just kind of point out the ADP of. Oh, did someone take him already? No, he wasn't taken already. Where is he? I'm just looking. Oh, there he is. Right now, his ADP is about the 17th round, which most tight ends aren't even getting. Most people don't even have that many rounds, maybe. But it's Jacksonville Jaguars tight end, Brenton Strange.
I realized you were going to go there as soon as you did. Yeah.
I like a couple other tight ends too, but I'm so happy to wait for a starting tight end. We saw what he did in place of Evan Ingram last year. They had no problem cutting Ingram, and I think Ingram will still have a great season with the Broncos, but want to point him out for our final pick of this mock draft.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here in the last round. I want to point out a couple things. If you're waiting on quarterback like me, I don't usually I don't think I need a second quarterback because of the confidence I have in Dak. However, if you wanted to, and it's something I've considered as well, there are guys here that are super high upside. You can shoot with Caleb Williams if you want. There's Justin Fields here. There's Drake May. All three of those guys feel really excited about. JJ McCarthy, if you want to take a shot there, if you're loving the Vikings offense. I am loving the Vikings offense, and I'm glad you stretched the board, Wes, because I'm not going to. And when I went 0 RB, I started to realize this is a guy I want to target here in the last round. And it's Jordan Mason. I believe he is going to have absolutely the goal line role, the touchdown role, the short yardage role, and I think he's a double-digit touchdown upside kind of player in this offense with this team, and it's really, really exciting, and I think you can get him here in the 12th round. And based off touchdowns, you remember Jamal Williams' year? I don't think Jordan Mason is going for like 21 touchdowns again, but Jamal Williams a few years ago was locked into lineups because you knew he was finding the end zone. And so he's a good guy there, I think, to have on your team there in the late rounds. That's it. Should we run down the teams?
Absolutely.
Let it go. Take it away. You go first.
All right, we'll start with quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and then tight ends. And let us know whose team was better. Give us a rating 1 out of 10 for each of our teams. My quarterback, one and only, is going to be Kyler Murray, former top 10 tight end, now a top 10 quarterback.
Right, yeah.
Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Breece Hall, Amarian Hampton, RJ Harvey, and Tyrone Tracy Jr. Really young, really great squad. Wide receivers, Brian Thomas Jr., Devontae Adams, Jerry Jeudy, and Jaden Higgins. And then my tight ends are Tyler Warren and Brenton Strange. Feel good for this squad going into 2025. Tell us about your team.
I just want to point out, I love the bottom quarter of your draft, especially.
Yeah.
Warren, Murray, Higgins, Strange. I mean, I know Strange you reached on to be able to stretch the board there, but that's a lot of really good value late in drafts, I think. And that's like post 8th round where you can like try and beef up and get like the bona fide, players we know and love. And then I like that. The round 9 through 12. It's good.
Yeah, you like
my
that, huh?
quarterback, Dak Prescott, one and only, same as Wes. My running backs here, 0 RB. So I did not take a running back till the 6th round. I ended up with Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Johnson, Brian Robinson, Travis Etienne, and Jordan Mason. My wide receivers went CeeDee Lamb, Ladd McConkey, T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, and Josh Downs. That's fun. And then at tight end, I do have George Kittle. Jumped on tight end there in the 4th round early on. Let us know. Drop into the comments, 1 through 10, whose team you like more. You like the 0 RB or the running back heavy draft strategy? Which way do you think you want to go come draft day? And let us know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe, like, ring the bell, all that stuff I'm supposed to tell you to do, because we've always got fun stuff going on, and you want to stay tuned. Like I teased that Brian Thomas Jr., maybe a little autographed mini helmet. Maybe we'll see. We'll talk about it here in just a little bit. Join our Discord. My name is Noah. Yeah, it's a maybe giveaway.
Maybe.
My name is Noah Selby.
And I'm Wes Selby.
And this has been 4th and Troll Fantasy.